guest that I have with me is Elisabeth Dostal. She's the founder of Biometrics Web and also a management educator and consultant, and working together with USB Executive Development now for many years. And we have come to the point where we have gone into partnership around quite a unique program set that Elisabeth makes available. Elisabeth, Biomatrix is quite a unique and different concept. What does it mean?
Well, the word is composed of two words, bios and matrix, life and pattern. So literally it means how life is organized. And biometric system theory is a meta-system theory that integrates different systems approaches. It was co-produced by a PhD program at UCT. We were 5 people from different disciplines who tried to integrate the whole field of system theory into one coherent meta theory. And the biometrics programs apply this particular theory to management.
Systems theory as such is not new. There are many of these varieties around. What makes biometrics as a systems approach different and unique from the others?
The fact that we have coherently integrated the different concepts of other system theories, complexity theories, cybernetic theories, and so on.
So biometrics theory doesn't stand against the other systems theory approaches, but it incorporates and gives them a home to live in.
We are standing on the shoulders of all the system thinkers, and the reason why we could integrate the various concepts is because we have contributed some unique concepts that allow the others to click into place, and that is what creates a meta theory.
You have translated all of this into 2 unique programs, the one being the Organizational Transformation Program, and the other one, the Societal Transformation Program. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
The biometric system theory is a theory of organization of all systems in nature, society, technological systems. I apply them to the management of social systems. And according to the theory, we can distinguish 2 types of systems: entity systems, that's like an organization, a person, a planet, and activity systems, which would be a functional system, a supply chain, an industry. And those 2 types of systems have somewhat different organizational principles. One goes about changing them differently. And this is where these 2 programs are coming in. The Organization Transformation Program is transforming an organization into a learning organization, making sure that all the functions are giving rise to one coordinated whole that is optimized at the level of the organization. While the Societal Transformation Program is largely concerned with coordinating supply chains. For example, the energy supply chain, nutrition supply chain, or public systems like education systems.
So in talking about the Organizational Transformation Program, what kind of organizational challenges or problems in your career as a management educator and consultant have you come across where you could address them with this approach of yours?
As a management consultant, I have seen again and again that one of the core problems, if not the core problem, in organizations is the lack of coordination. I have observed silo behavior, internal competition, repeated mistakes, lack of learning, wrong optimization. For example, optimizing selling means that delivery can't keep up with, or the other way around, if some organizations optimize operations and then they lack customer focus. So those are all systemic problems, and they cannot be solved within a particular department. They can only be solved at the level of the organization if the different functions are integrated and coordinated optimally. And this is what the Biometrics Organization Transformation Program does.
So what we often see in organizations is that they are almost regularly inclined to bring specialist consultants in to address these various problems and challenges separately from the larger whole. How do you approach it differently? Whom do you work with when you introduce an organizational transformation program in an organization?
Well, an organizational transformation program would train literally internal consultants in that organization, not as a main function, but I suggest the talent of the organization should do the program and act when needed as internal consultants, precisely to make sure that all change that is happening in the organization is coordinated. I have observed as a management consultant that there are often diverse consultants coming in from outside and create changes that are not coherent at all. And the statistics about the effectiveness of such interventions are very poor in any case. So the Organization Transformation Program makes one coherent change intervention designed by the program participants who learn how organizations should change, and in the course of learning they are creating those change interventions that they themselves facilitate to create the organization transformation, which wires the organization for ongoing change. What we mean by that is that we create the structures, the templates, the procedures that allow an organization to change continuously and coherently and in a coordinated manner as its business environment is changing.
If we go back to the societal transformation program, I heard you speak about energy systems, which I think is a very prominent challenge, globally speaking, in today's world. Would you like to expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I have used the energy supply chain as a case study for various reasons. I have collaborated with somebody around that. I have found that the problem in supply chains like energy is that we have organizations that optimize their own contribution to a supply chain. And whenever we optimize a part, we sub-optimize the whole. Maybe if I can give an example of that from private life. If I optimize my own career, or even maximize it, I'm bound to sub-optimize my family life, my nutrition life, my exercise life, my health. And I become suboptimal as a human being. And the same is happening in those supply chains. If for example, non-renewable energy providers provide continuous energy to the supply chain, we leave no room for the renewables to enter the picture. There is a very interesting case study in Germany when Angela Merkel, after Fukushima, decided to close down the atomic power stations and to commit the German economy to more renewable energy. They started, amongst others, to give preference to electricity generated from solar and wind to enter the network. So the coal industry lobbied to take away the preferential treatment of the renewable energy generation, with the result that the solar industry collapsed. The companies have been bought up by the Chinese to get hold of the intellectual property. What is interesting about that case study is that the reason why it is very unlikely that Germany will succeed in its Energiewende, its energy transformation, is because the whole supply chain has not been redesigned. For example, the business model of the coal industry is to have continuous, reliable, as cheap as possible energy generation. They haven't got a technology that can step up and down energy generation when the sun doesn't shine and the wind doesn't blow. Then coal should come in. They can't do that. They could, however, change their business model to exactly that they become a complementary energy supplier to the solar industry. But it would mean that they're using different technologies. So we cannot transform existing power stations, but any new power stations commissioned would need a different technology to be able to be a complementary provider. Now, I believe in South Africa we are commissioning 2 power stations, and the question is what technology choices will they make? If they make the choice of continuous power supply, there will be in the next 20, 30, 40 years, again, no room for the renewable energy to kick in.
Listening to what you say, these are large interventions that you are talking about. But in order to give people an overview and an introduction to them, you have also developed 2 one-day workshops. What would these workshops be about?
There will be some theory and explanation of the methodology, of course. We'll outline exactly how an organization will be transformed, how we go about it. And I must say, while the societal transformation programs are huge, the organizationals are not so huge. Those are maybe 1-year programs. Where a group of maybe 25 of the talent would spend about 8 hours a week, and then also get a certificate from University of Stellenbosch. So the workshops that we have scheduled to introduce the theory and the key concepts of how a learning organization works, how one transforms social systems, are aimed at possible program managers.
So if we think about whom will benefit from attending and participating in the programs and also in the workshops, the overview workshops, specifically in terms of the organizational transformation program, what would you say?
I would say every organization in the information age needs to become a systemic learning organization. So actually every organization should send delegates to do the program. Now, the one-day workshop, which introduces and gives an overview over the program, should be attended by maybe HR managers, OD managers, internal change managers, so that they can get familiar with the program, how it works, on what theoretical principles and methodologies it is built, so that we can work together in delivering the program to the organization.
And for the societal transformation program?
Again, the societal transformation program would be needed by every government department, every industry body. And the potential attendees for the one-day overview and introduction workshop would be persons who could act as program managers. Some governments have internal education schools, government schools, so maybe representation from there, planning departments, but also specific departments who want to look at their redesign of their system, say a redesign of an education system. Whoever would be tasked with that should have a look at how our programs work.
I think if we can summarize this in saying that why we have partnered with Biometrics Web in terms of delivery of these programs, we could take it back to what do we really mean when we talk about global and organizational sustainability, and from that point of view also talking about societal transformation. This is really about optimizing and strengthening both organizational systems as well as a society for long-term resilience and survival and prosperity. These programs are ideally designed for that. It is something that we, from an organizational and societal point of view, cannot avoid any longer. We are venturing into these two very well-designed programs, and there is also the opportunity to get a taste of it in terms of attending the introductory overview workshops to learn more before you really commit and engage. All the information is available on the USB Executive Development website, www.usb-ed.com. And you will find everything that you need right there. Thank you.